At certain stages in life, many people begin noticing a quiet preference developing within them. Situations that once felt energizing, such as crowded gatherings or constant social interaction, start feeling mentally draining. Instead of seeking stimulation from external environments, they find themselves drawn towards silence, reflection, and time spent alone. To others, this shift can appear puzzling. Some may interpret it as withdrawal, loneliness, or even social difficulty. Yet for many intellectually curious individuals, the preference of solitude does not arise from fear of interaction, but from the unique way their minds process the world around them. Intelligent individuals often experience reality through layers of observation and analysis. While social environments move quickly and prioritize emotional synchronization, analytical minds tend to slow down experiences internally. They notice subtle patterns in conversations, contradictions in social expectations, and the unspoken dynamics shaping group behavior. This heightened awareness can make social interaction feel less spontaneous and more cognitively demanding. Instead of simply participating in conversations, they may find themselves simultaneously observing tone, intention, and meaning beneath the surface. Over time, this continuous internal processing can create a sense of mental fatigue. Solitude becomes a space where the mind can finally move at its natural pace without needing to respond immediately to external stimuli. Another important factor influencing the preference for solitude is the relationship between intellectual curiosity and internal stimulation. People with highly active cognitive patterns often generate ideas, questions, and reflections independently of their environment. Their minds continue exploring concepts long after conversations end. This internal activity provides a form of engagement that does not require constant external input. While others may seek social environments for entertainment or validation, intellectually driven individuals may find comparable or even greater satisfaction in exploring thoughts, reading, creating, or analyzing experiences privately. This does not mean they reject relationships. Rather, they may prefer fewer interactions that feel meaningful rather than frequent interactions that feel repetitive. Over time, the selective engagement can reshape how they structure their social lives. Instead of filling schedules with continuous activity, they begin protecting periods of uninterrupted solitude. Emotional sensitivity can also contribute to this dynamic. Many intellectually oriented individuals possess strong awareness of subtle emotional signals. They notice shifts in mood, underlying tension within groups, or inconsistencies between expressed words and genuine feelings. This sensitivity can deepen empathy but can also increase cognitive load during social interaction. When someone continuously monitors both intellectual and emotional dimensions of conversations, the experience can feel intense even when others perceive it as casual. Solitude offers relief from this complexity. It allows individuals to process impressions gradually rather than in real time. This slower rhythm often feels restorative. Another dimension involves the search for authenticity. Social environments sometimes reward conformity to shared expectations. Conversations may revolve around common narratives, predictable humor, or group consensus. For individuals driven by curiosity and independent thinking, these dynamics can feel limiting. They may hesitate to express unconventional perspectives because doing so disrupts social harmony. Over time, repeatedly filtering their thoughts to maintain acceptance can create a subtle sense of disconnection. Solitude becomes a place where they no longer need to edit their internal dialogue. They can explore ideas freely without anticipating how others might react. This freedom strengthens the emotional appeal of being alone. Importantly, the preference for solitude does not imply a lack of social skill or desire for connection. Many intellectually curious individuals maintain deep and meaningful relationships. However, they often value quality over quantity. They may invest significant energy in a small number of conversations that feel stimulating or sincere. After such interactions, they frequently return to solitude to reflect, integrate insights, and recharge mentally. This rhythm between connection and withdrawal gradually becomes part of their psychological balance. Rather than avoiding the world, they are managing how they engage with it. As individuals grow more comfortable with solitude, they often discover unexpected benefits that reinforce this preference. One of the most significant is cognitive clarity. Without the constant influence of social expectations or immediate feedback, the mind can examine ideas more objectively. People begin noticing that their most original insights often emerge during periods of uninterrupted reflection. When external noise decreases, internal patterns become easier to recognize. This clarity can lead to creative breakthroughs, improved problem solving, and a stronger sense of personal direction. Over time, individuals may begin associating solitude not with isolation, but with productivity and self-discovery. Another transformation occurs in how emotionally intelligent individuals interpret social interaction. Rather than seeking validation through frequent engagement, they start viewing relationships as opportunities for mutual growth. Conversations become more intentional. They may choose environments where depth is encouraged rather than those driven primarily by performance or competition. This selectivity can reduce social exhaustion while increasing satisfaction. The individual is no longer participating in every available interaction, but is instead curating experiences aligned with personal values. This shift often leads to fewer but more resilient connections. Solitude also supports identity development. When people spend significant time responding to external expectations, their self-concept may become shaped by roles assigned within groups. By stepping back periodically, they create space to evaluate which aspects of those roles truly reflect their authentic preferences. This reflective process can feel uncomfortable initially because it removes familiar social structures, yet it ultimately strengthens independence. Individuals learn to trust their own judgments rather than relying exclusively on collective opinion. As confidence and internal guidance grows, solitude begins to feel less like absence and more like presence. Another reason intelligent individuals may prefer solitude involves their relationship with time. Analytical minds often perceive time as a resource for exploration. Activities that feel repetitive or superficial can create frustration because they appear to consume opportunities for learning or creation. Solitude allows individuals to allocate time according to curiosity rather than obligation. They may read extensively, experiment with ideas, or pursue personal projects that require sustained concentration. This autonomy reinforces the sense that being alone is not limiting but empowering. Over time, the contrast between internally directed activity and externally imposed routine becomes more noticeable. Social interaction still holds value, but it is no longer the primary source of stimulation. Observational awareness further deepens during solitary periods. Individuals begin recognizing patterns not only in others, but also within themselves. They notice how emotional states fluctuate, how motivation evolves, and how cognitive habits influence decision-making. This self-observation can lead to greater emotional regulation. When people understand their internal processes, they react less impulsively to external events. This ability may be misinterpreted by others as detachment, but often reflects heightened awareness rather than reduced feeling. Ultimately, the preference for solitude among intelligent individuals represents an adaptation rather than a deficiency. It reflects the mind's attempt to create environments where curiosity, authenticity, and clarity can thrive. Connection remains meaningful, but it is balanced with a need for reflection. By honoring this rhythm, individuals develop a more sustainable relationship with both themselves and the social world. They learn that being alone does not mean being disconnected. Instead, it can become a powerful foundation for deeper understanding, creative expression, and intentional engagement with life.